Hi, I got off running and I've made some pages for the album for the Facebook group Crafty Crafts by Deanna. This will be a vacation album, and so I got right into it with making pages. So if you'd like to join, please do, and we'll get right into it. Hi, and welcome to my channel at Bunny Hollow Crafts. I am going to switch things up a little bit from yesterday. I did not know about the swap that Deanna put on her channel. So I'm going to start with the vacation album, and I'm just going to build the base pages for that. And we'll get going. This will be a great rehearsal for the baby album. So I decided to make it 7 by 9. So I'm going to cut my paper, and this is the 110 weight, 7 by 9. All right, I'm going to voice over this part because I was confusing. This is our, still building the base page. This is cut 7 by 10. 1 inch longer so that we can have that ability to score on 1/2 inch on either side, and then we'll connect our base pages. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I'm using the 12 by 12. You could do this out of 8.5 by 11, but I don't have any, so that's the reason I'm using the 12 by 12. All right, pulling in the scoreboard, you need to score these on either side, a 1/2 inch flap along the 10 inch side. And then that will allow you to flap so that we can join the pages together. So I'm gonna grab in my little Cricut tool, put this out of the way, and we'll fold and burnish all these down. I found a new product when I was at Joann's, and it's called Tear It Tape. I'm going to try to tear into it. It does have a Ziploc tear, but I can't get the Ziploc open, so here come the scissors. I got to manhandle it sometimes. Alrighty, I don't have my score tape available to me. I wish they sold that in one of the Joann's or the Michaels or the Hobby Lobby, but they don't. So I'm going to try this out and see how I like it. So again, you need to put your tape on your flaps. I don't like to use glue for this because I don't want my pages wiggling when I put them together. But you need to put the tape on every flap, and it does tear similar to score tape, so I really did like that. So I'm going to put the tape on this one, and then we'll join the first page together so I can show you how that goes together. You've seen it, but we'll just do one together for those of you who haven't. So you bring in your other page. I always do a dry fit. They fit nice together. So I lay them down square. I peel back one corner and peel back the tape with my little tool. Just peel a little ways and then push it down, making sure everything is holding it tight, making sure everything stays where it goes. And then the other side is just easy. You can pull back a little bit of the tape and then do the same thing. Just lay it down and pull your tape. So that is building base pages right there. Okay, I'm finding out this is not as easy as it looks. You can tell I already messed up. So this is going to be the first page. I cut that at 6.5, scored a 1/2 inch, and it's going to go right there. It's 7 inches wide. Okay. I haven't made albums in a while, and I get all tongue-tied, so please excuse, but it's gonna come out cute, I promise that, even if I can't talk about it straight. Alrighty, so put that on the top. Don't be afraid to tear things off either when you make a mistake. Nobody's gonna see that I did that, right? Okay, so we're all square, push it down. See, it's under there, nobody can tell. All right, push that down. Sometimes when you cut your paper, it leaves a raised edge on it. I don't like that. All right, next step, I'm gonna take another one of my scraps. This is 12 inches across, and I'm gonna cut it in half at 6 inches. All right, that's half of 12 by 12. Okay, so there should be 2 equal pieces right there. And this is the lighter weight, the 65 pound. I'm gonna score them down the side at 1/2 inch. Just do it over here. Okay, it goes out. Okay, I want to fold and burnish. Well guys, I'm getting ready to work on the back, and I looked at my camera and I'm not filming. But so I am glad I wrote these down. Okay, this top flap is 6.5 by 7. You score 1/2 inch along the top and it just flips up. This is just a piece of 12 by 12 I cut in half, so they're 6 inches wide. And I just folded 1/2 inch and put one on either side. Okay, and then I made a pocket that's 3.5 by 8, fold under 1/2 inch on all 3 sides. And the idea, as I was just saying, but you didn't hear it because I wasn't filming, is to take some scraps. You know, we have all these scraps. Make some photo mats, bookmarks, little things. Put in the pocket, it will keep the flap closed. All right? All right, now we're back square. Sorry about that. And let's start on the back side. Okay, next page. This is a 12 by 12 piece of paper, right? Right? And I cut it at 5.5. That means this piece is a little bit bigger than this piece. So I'm gonna score both at 1/2 inch. And we're just gonna put these in on that last page. At the back of that first page, I'm sorry. Okay, so there it is. I'll burnish that down. I did them offset like that so that you can put the bigger one on first and the skinnier one on top. Like that, and you'll see the sides as they'll lay out. So a little glue, and we will have completed our first page. And this is going to get easier as I do them. All right, so right on here, just center it up. It's not the same width as our page. Height as our page, so just stick it in the middle. Okay, now I am going to put mine on top. You could do yours over here, right, and make it open out. We'll do that somewhere else later in the book. And it's just fun to put in different little flaps and things like that. I like it. I really do like making albums. Okay, right on top. This one's not quite. It's okay. I'll say it didn't look the same, but it is. All right, so just gonna burnish that down real well. And now we have this and this. And I will probably, because it's going to open this way, those pages will fall open. I'll probably take one of my scraps. These are all heavyweight. Here's a lightweight one. And create, you know, fold 1/2 inch and create and put a magnet right there. Let's just do it. Let's just do it while we're talking. So it doesn't really matter how far in it comes. You just want it to come far enough back So I'm gonna mark it right here at the edge of the page, but that's where I'm gonna score. Okay, I like to score first because that tells me where to cut. You know, you cut it and it's over, but if you score first, then that's wrong, you still haven't cut and wasted, right? So if I fold it right there, that's gonna give us plenty of space. Okay, I'll just fold that. And I'm just gonna trim it off with my scissors. You just need to like a 1/2 inch flap. Okay, so let's glue that right here. Do I have an eraser? No. Hold on, let me see if I have. Okay, found an eraser, an extra, and it goes in the end of my pencil. So, all right, so that's now clean, and we're ready to put it on. So let's just put some glue on the flap. It's a very gracious 1/2 inch there, but it doesn't matter. Okay. And let's just guesstimate the middle, doesn't really matter. And glue it down. I've got glue all over my thumb. Okay. All right, let's put a magnet on there. All right, gonna voice over because I can't get my words straight while I'm crafting. You're too busy crafting to try to describe the process. Anyway, these are your basic gray magnets, and they're the small ones. I stuck them together. I'm gonna peel off the paper to expose that adhesive. Again, they're stuck together right now. Gonna open the flap and bring it down, put it about 1 inch in somewhere in the center and just stick it down. Okay, take off the paper of the other magnet that's on top. And then it will this is just magic. I love using magnets, I really do. Alrighty, so just fold that down, let her drop, and there we've got our magnet closure. I have done a few things to get ready for this page. This is the second page in the book, nothing on either side. So I cut this to be the same length as the page. So I cut it at 9.5 and folded, because our page is 9 inch long or tall. So a 1/2 inch flap, and that will fit exactly. I think I'm probably gonna trim it just a little bit because I don't like it being right at the edge. But that's where I started. And yeah, I think I will trim it. I'm just gonna take off just a little bit at the bottom. Probably that's like a 1/4 inch. Okay. I just like that better, and that way you know you have to lift something, right? So I'm gonna put that on. And then we're gonna put a couple of little flaps underneath it. Let's get that glue off of there. It's very drippy for some reason. Okay, so just up at the top. Okay, and then these two pieces are 4 inches wide by 7 1/4, and I folded a 1/2 inch. Okay, so they're both the same. Actually, I cut 3 of these out of a 12 inch paper and just went like that. Okay, so that's the sizes, and I'm gonna put them one opening one way and one opening the other, and this will cover them both. Okay. So a little glue on the flap. We will stay away from the bending line, but pretty snug up there, leaving just a little bit of room right there so it can fold nicely. But I do want to get them close to the top so that they fit in here, and that flap will cover them both. Okay, and this one's going to go on this side. Move it down just a little bit. I don't want them running into each other. Come off of there. And then this should cover nicely. All right, and I don't even think we'll need a closure because you're folding this way, it doesn't really flip. So there we go, flaps, and then you got room for a big picture down here. All right, so something for the back. Okay, I'm still working. I had a little break, my twins came over. So this is the back of the page that we just finished with the, right, this is page 2. So this one, let me get rid of the scoreboard. This one I cut 7 by 9, scored a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna put it on that side. So this page, I'm gonna add a little more than just the 2 flaps, but just to get started, we'll start with this. I want her to have plenty of room for vacation pictures, right? I won't show the decorating of it because that's, you know, I don't know who my partner will be. Actually, let me clean up something. This is not really cut at 7 by 9. I did cut it at 7 by 9, but as I said a minute ago, I don't like it to be right to the bottom. I cut off just a smidge off of the 9 inch. Okay, I'm gonna put this one, which is 5 by 9, cut it 5 inches wide, scored a 1/2 inch. And again, it's not really by 9 because I cut off just a smidge, right? I'm gonna put this on the other side. So that puts my writing upside down, but it won't matter. Make sure these are pretty level, and they are. Okay, so that gives us this. And they could close this way or they could close this way. I think I'm gonna cut one more panel, probably a little smaller. Let me cut it and then we'll see. All right, I cut 2 more panels that are 6 by 8. They're 6 this way, 8 this way, and I scored a 1/2 inch, which really means your size here is 5.5, but cut it 6 by 8, and I did that twice. So I'm gonna take these 2 papers, I'm gonna put one of them in here. Yeah, that's how I wanna do it, okay. So a little glue. The beauty of these things, you can do them any way you wanna do them. Put these little flips and flaps any way you want. But in this case, I think I do want the bigger, wider one underneath. So go somewhere in the middle, stay away from that bending line, right? So that this thing can fold over top, like that, okay? It's funny, both of those are written upside down. And then this one, I'm gonna put on the outside of here. Again, you could put it inside, you could put it anywhere. That's the fun of making albums. Okay, so this one is smaller. I'm just gonna center it up best I can, top and bottom. And push her down. So she's gonna have lots of room for pictures. So that, this. The other thing you could do is you could close this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Or, you know, any combination, that. Well, I guess we're the same, aren't we? But anyway, you know what I mean. They don't have to all be the same. Okay, now I'm starting to think about scraps because I'm accumulating them. So I cut one of my scraps to 4 by 7 3/4, and we're gonna make a pocket with this one. You wanna score 1/2 inch on all 3 sides. Okay. You want to cut out your corners. So cut out the bulk so it'll fold up easier. Okay, let's just fold and burnish. My twins came over, as I said. We went to the mall. Malls are dying, it's crazy. But hit Dillard's and got a little something. They need stuff to wear to the wedding that's coming up, so that was fun. Alrighty, so here's a blank page. So I want to put the pocket just down on this page. And again, I wish I had a paper clip. I'm not going to put it on it because I cut it a little short. I like to do that. I don't like to have it persnickety all the way to the edge. And what my plan is to take this other one, this is another scrap. This one's 5 by 9 1/4 this way, fold it 1/2 inch, and we'll have a flap over the pocket. And I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this one on and just, maybe I'll washi tape it or something in place. Because I know I want to get my, I'm going to, first when I go to decorate, I'll put on some colored cardstock, solid color, and I want that underneath. It doesn't matter so much if you put these to the very, very top. Your cardstock can go under, but when it's a pocket, it doesn't go all the way to the top, you know, all the way to the side. So you can put your cardstock right here, but I just want it under that. So that's how that's gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna glue these on too. Let me show you what I've done. This is more scraps. The 6 1/2 by 5, scored 1/2 inch, and 6 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored 1/2 inch. These were just scraps out of the bin. So I'm gonna glue one here, I believe, and one here. And then I think I'm gonna add a flap and a little flap here, just to add more scraps, just for fun. Alrighty, that is the plan. All right, get the pin out. I love using my scraps. It makes it unique and different. And it's just a lot of fun. So just center this one up and go straight to the top. My glue's seeping out. I need my Kleenex. Okay, so that one to the top. Yep, glue got underneath. I'm glad I lifted that up. Okay, and this one will go to the bottom. And again, there's one of those raised edges. I don't know if you can see, but sometimes when you cut your paper, it just, I don't know, it just makes it a raised edge, and I know I say that a lot, but it looks prettier if it's nice and flat. So this one I do want to match up to the one up here because these are the same width. Let's fold that one down. Put this one at the bottom. I'll go with that. Okay, I need to burnish everything. All right, so some of those scraps, let's see, do I have another one? Let's try these two, just for fun. Let's just score 1/2 inch at the top. Well, I know of this one because it's longer. So that's just a little bit over, almost 5 1/4 in length. Okay, so there's one scrap to go there. This one seems a little small. Let's see. These are kind of thin. We'll do, here's another one. We'll score this whatever. This one's almost 6 inches. Okay, so let me move this out and think. So one there, and then, is this one longer than that? It is. Is it longer than this? It is. Okay, so I'm going to make these the same. I'm going to cut off a good 1/2 inch. Okay. It's getting a little dark. Well, it's not dark, it's still bright, but I think it's getting dark in the room, and I don't want the lighting to be terrible, so I'm just gonna be done with this when I get these on here. So just in the middle, and in the middle down below. And when we get pattern paper on this, it will be so much cuter. Make sure those are aligned. Okay, so this will go under here. All right, so that will be the end of, yeah, and I did washi tape my pocket on. See how long that holds. And I probably will trim that. I wish I had my X-Acto knife and my, I do have my ruler, but not the X-Acto knife. Alrighty, so we're gonna call that done for now. And we only have one more page to go. The next page, I went ahead and did because it's the next morning and it's very sunny. And so I wanted to get started. So what I did, we have the back of that one to do. I just took a piece of 8 3/4 this way, 7 1/4 this way, scored it on the right side and put it down. And then I built this pocket, which I've washi taped on. Let me turn it around. It is 4 inches wide by 9 3/4 tall. And then score 3 around, 3 times around. And so that will go that way. It will be a side pocket to put things in. Okay, so now this will be our last page, and I want to make a waterfall. So I've cut my pieces. Here's my base. They're roughly going to be like this. What I did was take my 12 by 12 and I just cut it in half at 6. And so all of these are, this started with 6 by 6 and I folded a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to use this as a base and I'm just going to start building. And I made them 6 because I know I'm going to trim it off. That's just me and waterfalls. Somebody mentioned on my channel that you could do it with a guillotine cutter. And sure enough, you could. If you had too thick of a waterfall, though, you'd be kind of chopping at it. So I don't know. But I really like my. I try to get it square, but it's just hard. It's square on this side, but I don't know if you can see. It's just a tiny bit on that side. So I just hope now I've gotten to allow myself extra space so that I can take that off, and then I don't sweat about my waterfalls. Because nobody is perfect. It is extremely hard to get it perfect. And, if it bothers you, this is just the way to go. Okay, and as always, pretty in here. All right, even if you're getting off on the sides, because you can fix the sides, but you cannot fix the middle. Okay, so we just keep going. And this will do it. This is just going to be a 4-page album. I don't know, Deanna didn't put any, no size restrictions or anything, so I just went for it. I figured it would be good practice for my baby album. So, I don't even have paper to decorate this with. I want to talk to my partner and find out, what interests her. I think I should do it to what she likes, so that'll be fun. All right, I'm gonna voice over so we can put this in fast forward and get this video done. It's already about 30 minutes. Alrighty, so just putting them down. I'm more interested in the middle getting pretty than the sides. And I know myself now. I want it crisp and clean. And trimming off a little bit on either side is just an easy, stress-free way to achieve that. So it's nice and clean with no damage, right? There's my blade. It came in from Amazon. I love that thing. All right, so I'm just going to line it up on a line on my mat. You've seen me do this before. Use my Tim Holtz ruler. Line it up with the lines on the ruler. I love that thing. Makes it so easy. And the blade on a new little Frisker trimmer, wow, so sharp. This was very, very easy to do. I mean, it's always easy, even with my older blade, but this was really, really like 3 little passes and it was done. So I'm going to do that to both sides. I'm going to line up when I turn it around, line up to the side because we know the side is straight, right? So the side on the line and just line up again. Alrighty, what I did not include in this video because I wanted to get it trimmed down to under 30 minutes is the making of the cover, the album cover, the spine, the hinge, all that stuff. So I'll do that in a separate video and put that up in a few days. And guys, thank you for watching and thanks to all my new subscribers. See you in the next video.